Welcome into Book of Magic. I'm Amy Figueroa and I have some really fun and exciting news to share with you. We are going to use Book of Magic collage images to create some really pretty fairy images on canvas. Use a laser printer so that when you are using your adhesive, the ink does not smear on you. So we've got lots to cover, and I hope that you will stick around and watch. And let's dive in. What I'm doing here is working on two canvases at once, and I'll be putting the paint directly onto the canvases. This is optional. I'm actually doing it because I don't have a lot of space here to have full palettes, and so that's why I'm doing it this way. But you can definitely give yourself a palette, of course. And there's some little crumbs on there. We're just gonna cover the canvas in a very messy fashion. This is basically gonna be the underpainting for us. Okay, I'm back. So any acrylic paints will do. I was using craft paint. Now I'm moving to this fluid acrylic. I think I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna make this one a little warmer over here. Just want to cover the canvas. You can also paint the edges at the end, so I'm not too worried about that. We want to have like some type of a variation in color towards the center and the bottom half of the canvas, because that's where the body of the figure is going to be. And I don't know if you can see the rainbows from my crystals that are hanging in the window. Oh, it's so pretty. All right, I finished these and blow dried them, and it's very important that they are completely dry before we move on to the next step, because if they're wet, then the stencils will stick to the paint and it will just really go wrong. So these are dry, and as you can see, I dropped a little bit of water on here, and when I touched it to dry it off, it just took all the paint off, but that's fine. We won't even be able to see that area. So now I'm going to choose a stencil. For each one. Because these are smaller canvases, I want to go with a smaller print or a smaller pattern. And I got these stencils from Temu, I think. Let's see. So let me show you the example. The figure of the fairy is going to be in the middle, a little over halfway up the canvas. So I'm going to place the stencil up that far. And I'm going to use black for this part. You can use a stencil brush, a sponge, or just a regular paintbrush that has stiff bristles. Like one of my old paintbrushes will work. And we want to load up the brush and then kind of wipe a little bit off, because we don't want it to be too thick or you won't even be able to see the pattern that we're making. You can definitely tape the stencil down if you like. And we're just going to pat down on the stencil to fill in the little holes. Just gonna go all the way down slowly and take our time. Okay, I'm finished here and I'm gonna reveal. Let's hope it looks okay. Oh yes, very nice. So this particular stencil, it didn't have a lot of pattern happening down here. So I could definitely just fill that in possibly later. I'm just gonna leave it how it is right now and show you what to do in just a minute. And I'm gonna finish this one and then we'll come right back. All right, these are both completely dry. I blow dried them. And next we're gonna choose our face images. So for today, I have printed out the Sacred Feminine kit from Book of Magick. And it's in black and white, this one. It also comes in a sepia tone inside the kit, and this is available in my Etsy shop. I'll leave the link for you. My printer is running out of ink, so these are not as vibrant as they could be, but they still work. And again, you need to use a laser jet printer so that your ink doesn't smear. If you don't have a printer, you could also use magazine faces. I really like the contrast of a black and white face against the colorful black background, but you could use a color face as well. You can also go to Staples and print them out there. So I'm going to choose 2 images and cut them out, and then we'll get started. I'm going to choose these. I could also choose this. This is the Sacred Feminine kit, the first one. And in that kit, the images come out this size. And I shrunk mine down to 60%. And so I'm thinking I might use this face because it's the one I used in the example. So we'll just go ahead and use this face. Just because my printer, the ink in it it's not enough. And this image I had printed a few weeks ago, so it's brighter like this, and round it off. Yeah, that's better. And same thing for this one. Next, we're going to get our Mod Podge and make sure that it's matte version and not glossy. I'm going to apply it to the top of the head. Make sure it's centered. I'm going to lift up and add as we work our way down. So it's important to be gentle and take your time with this and hold it down so that the glue can bond to the canvas. And the canvas has a little bit of give, you know, when you push down on it. So you need to stay there for a few extra seconds to make sure that it's sticking. And then you want a good amount, but not so much that it's just gushing out everywhere. It's not necessary. Like a thin, even coat. Like that. And I set it on top of the stencil print, as you can see, and we're going to be able to create the form of her body when we put in the background color, which will be our next step. I'm going to go ahead and do this one, and then I'll come right back. Our next step is to create a body shape while simultaneously blocking in the background color. And when we do this, we want to think about contrast and what is going to make the figure pop and come to the forefront? And are we going to be able to see the hair and the body shape as separate from the background, because we need to. We don't want her to just blend into a blob. And I want to stick in the same color family, so it's going to be reds, pinks, purples. However, I want to go darker right now, and we're going to see what that looks like. So I want to make like a dark burgundy maybe, and I'm going to use red and black to do that. Go ahead and mix that up and then start painting. Might be a little too much black. I'll put that here. Let's see. Okay. So we want to give her some shoulders by painting in the negative space of the background. And most likely when you first start out, the shoulders are going to look too big because mine always do. And it's just about adjusting. You'd rather be too big at first and then be able to slim it down. Okay, so here's the basic form here. The shoulders, I don't really want them to come straight out into the sides. I kind of want them to go at a slant. Let's see. So I'm already liking this better. And then I want her to be wearing kind of like a kimono. And I'm just going to lift up my brush a little bit from the canvas and kind of scratch against the canvas with a little bit of paint that's there so that it kind of blends into her. And then I might want to create like a little bit of an indent here. Just playing around with this. It doesn't have to make sense at all, like a regular garment might. I think I like it. And then once I like the shape, I'm gonna just fill in the rest of the background with that dark color. Next, I'm going to create the fairy wings. And because these are smaller canvases on 8x10, I'm going to use butterflies from the Book of Magick Kaleidoscope kit. And this has over 60 butterflies in it. They're really beautiful, all different colors. You can go check that out if you like. But you can use any image of a butterfly or any type of wings that you like. Remember, we're thinking about contrast, and so it stands out so that you can see it and it doesn't blend into the background. For this one, I feel like I want to use the big butterfly over here. So let me tell you, these colors here seem like they would go better here, and they do. They go well with this one, but they stand out more over here. And then if I do more of a warm wing over here, it's definitely going to stand out because of the contrast. So I have these cut out, and the way that I separate the wings is I just cut right down the middle of the butterfly body that's there, and then I trim it off closest to the wing. So I'll trim this little part off. I'm looking at this. I see where I want to kind of narrow the body down here a little bit. So I'm going to go back to my paint that I was using and just kind of, there we go. Again, we're going to use the Matte Mod Podge to add the butterfly wings. We're going to use the same formula, the same method, where you paint the glue on the top half of the image, place it down, hold the top half down for a couple of seconds, and then we're going to grab some more glue, gently lift up, and work our way down. And then just hold it down and repeat with all of these wings. This next step is really fun and you should definitely take your time with it. And it is found poetry, and I would suggest that you look through books and magazines and just really relax and look for words to create a sentence, or look for sentences that you can break up and mix and match. Just as an example, and because I don't have a long time to look, I already have this printed out, and so I'm just going to cut away some words from it and make up a new sentence and put it on there the way you like it, and then you glue this down as well with the Matte Mod Podge. I'm going to do that and then this one, and I'll come back and we're wrapping up. All right, we are done, and you could definitely keep going. You can add embellishments, glitter, more collage images in the background. You can paint things in the background. You can also paint the edges black and or add gold leaf. That would be really pretty. So yeah, that is my tutorial on how to use these collage images on a 8x10 stretch canvas. I was going to show you the bigger canvas, but I really don't have time. I don't want the video to be too long, so you just do the same exact thing on a bigger canvas. And I hope you liked it. I hope you try it. I'm teaching this in person where I live, and I just wanted to let everybody know how to do it in case they couldn't come to my class. So thank you for watching, and if you like this video and this content, give me a like and subscribe, and I will definitely be back for more tutorials on how to use paint and collage, writing and words to express your inner wisdom and have fun. It's primarily about having fun. So I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.